Hi Kings and Queens, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie. In today's episode, I will show you why my stop loss got hit yesterday, but I will also show you 3 different levels on Bitcoin where I potentially can see the market pull back down to and retest for the market to give us another higher low for then continue to the upside if we now see that the market will continue to be bullish for a while. The market didn't have the power to break that level yesterday. That's why we saw the market then bounce back down. But now we're actually breaking above this level, and it doesn't look like we do have the fake out candles. It looks like we can actually pull back down and see a natural higher low. But I'll show you all of the 3 targets that I have on Bitcoin. Remember, I am no financial advisor. You need to look up everything yourself first, but please continue looking at this video and I'll show you the 3 different targets that I have on Bitcoin right now where the new higher low can be. Okay, let's go. Hi darlings, we're gonna start off with looking at Bitcoin, and the thing that I will do at the moment, because this is what I saw, I drag a Fibonacci from 21,230 back up to the high around 23,877, and on the lower time frames I already have the trend line that we did break above, and now we can use this last lower high as a target to see if we see the market pull back down and retest this level. That means that we're breaking the downtrend. I thought yesterday that we would have a bigger momentum to the downside. We didn't have that, and now when I'm looking at the chart like this, it totally makes sense now if we see the market continuing to the upside. We can now see the market break above the last higher high around 23,940. That can take us back up to again 24,530, which is the higher time frames Fibonacci levels, as you guys already know, where I do expect the market to reverse back down from. I can admit that I need a little bit more patience when it comes to it, because we did retest the 50% yesterday, and I was thinking that we actually were supposed to continue even more to the downside. The thing that I did wrong yesterday was that I needed the market actually to break the support trend line, because the last higher low is this lower higher low at 21,170. If the market haven't broken that level yet, we are still in an uptrend. As you can see, the market is still creating. This is the higher low, or this was the support, higher low, potential higher low now, and a continuation a little bit more to the upside. So I was a little bit too fast yesterday on selling the market, but now when we're looking at it, it kind of makes sense. So the same thing that we saw right here, we saw the market break the resistance trend line. We broke the resistance trend line right now, and if we go down to the 1 hourly chart, we can also use another Fibonacci. Let's say if we drag a Fibonacci now from 22,730 back up to this red candlestick at 23,351, that gives us exactly the Fibonacci levels at 22,970 and 23,035, and this is also where the last lower high is on the lower time frames on the 4 hourly chart. We are now trying to break above this resistance, as you can see. This was also where we saw the market gave us a fake out from yesterday. So this was actually the one that took my stop loss. And then we saw the market reverse back down. We saw the huge momentum now to the upside again, and it looks like we're actually are continuing to the upside. Another thing that we also can do is that if we see that the market only gave us a small pullback, so we drag the Fibonacci now from 22,983 back up to the exact same candlestick, and that is 23,350, gives us Fibonacci levels 23,168 and 23,124. So this is also where if we don't only come back down and retest this previous resistance at 23,260, and it's important because from that resistance you also saw the fake out yesterday. We had the retest of it. We can see it perfectly on the 15 minutes. You saw the market break it, retest, then market went down. So we can definitely use this level again to see if we actually see the market pull back down to this level and see the market only giving us a retest, because it actually looks like we can do that. We came back down and retested this previous resistance also that we did have at 22,590, and slightly below that level was 22,518, and that is the 50%. And you can see how based on this Fibonacci, take profit 1 and take profit 2 is exactly combined with where I expect the market to reverse. The only thing that I'm waiting for the market to do is obviously to pull back down for a higher low. You can either see the market pull back down and retest around 23,270 for a higher low. If we see the market giving us a little bit more of a pullback to the downside, I am looking at 23,200 and 23,153. If we see another bigger now, because now we also have another candlestick, so we're gonna drag it back down from the lowest point from 22,730 back up to that high, and that is almost also connected exactly with how we did use the Fibonacci levels now between 23,036 and 22,973. So these are the three different levels that I do expect the market to first of all pull back down to, and everything as always depends on how the market is obviously retesting these levels. If we see the market giving us something like this, a retest from below, that can take us back down to lower targets. It doesn't mean that we are reversing the trend. It just means that we just might need to come back down for other targets to retest before we see the market reverse. But if we would have a big momentum, I will use 22,560 as a target, because if we pull back down to these levels and we have big momentum, that could take us back down a little bit further down. But always remember that when we're coming to these levels, we want to see that the market is actually retesting them. And if, like for example, yesterday, the mistake that I did, and I'll show you this right now. So the mistake that I did was that I took a Fibonacci on a lower time frame, and I took it from 23,267 back down to the low at 22,708. So this candlestick was the one that did activate my Fibonacci levels where I wanted the market to pull back down. We saw the market giving us this candlestick, and this is the inverted or the hanging man, and I told you that most of the time the market feels that wick. We didn't have the power to do. The market just spiked through the upside, and this was actually, so this was one of the things that I learned, that it's so important to use higher time frames Fibonacci most of the time. So what I did was that I did drag it up back up to 23,842, and I saw that the market came exactly and retested 23,410 Fibonacci level and 23,277, and then the market went down. So this could actually have been a really great sell position. So my question to you now is, do you think that we will come back down and retest 23,270? Or do you think that we will come back down and retest this Fibonacci level that we do have around 23,197 or 23,140? Remember, it is levels. Or if we drag it back down, do you think that we will pull back down to potentially 22,965 or 23,054 for the market to reverse back down to, and then see the market have a bigger momentum to the upside? Or do you think that we will actually have a bearish momentum and see the market break to the downside, retest from below potentially, and then see a continuation to lower targets? Don't forget that you can also receive the best bonus available right now on BYBIT up to $4,450 by using the link in the description down below the video. And the great thing about BYBIT, except the bonus that you can get from me, they also give out bonuses for the first time you use a stop loss, a first time you use a take profit. They have different challenges that you can use for you to be able to receive more bonuses than just this one. Thank you so much guys for looking at this video together with me. I hope you did enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification so you know when I am live next time. Tell me, are you in a short position, long position, are you stop loss, take profit, get hit yesterday? Tell me everything about it, because there's nothing to be ashamed about. This is the part of the journey, okay? Until then, we'll see each other later, okay? How are ya? Toodles!